Is trauma hurting you and your loved ones? Are you witnessing your past relationships haunt your current intimate relationship? Is fear getting in the way of even being able to move on in meaningful ways to even find new love in your life? Stay tuned as we discuss the all too common problem that many singles experience after they have loved and lost. First, take a quick moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for tuning in to LilyTube.
Is trauma hurting your feet? This video is sponsored by Canyon Foot and Ankle. From simple nail care to advanced trauma and reconstructive care, their podiatrists have the training and skills needed to resolve even the most complex cases. Treat your feet to the exceptional care they deserve.
What is trauma? Trauma is a lasting emotional response that often results from living through a distressing event, also known as big T trauma, or series of events through a long period of time, also known as little t trauma.
Trauma leads to cognitive distortions. It looks real, feels real, and it's lying to you. Now, there was a time when I was first dating Cathy, and this story is actually in our book, Intentional Courtship. I arrived the night before we were going to have breakfast, and then after the breakfast, I was going to go to my niece's baptism. Guess what? I arrived the night before because I didn't want to make the long drive up Saturday morning for an early breakfast. And Cathy found out that I was in town and told me to come over. First time I'd ever met her kids. I helped put those kids to bed. I played with them for a while. We stayed up talking until probably midnight or 1 in the morning. And it was a good conversation. And just as I was about to leave, Cathy said to me, "Hey, because it's pretty late, I probably better cancel our breakfast in the morning because I don't want to be up late and then have to be up early with a weekend that I'm going to be taking care of my kids all weekend." Perfectly reasonable, right? To me, at that moment, it meant rejection. I thought of ways for about 3/4 of the way to my brother's house where I was going to stay. I thought about ways to break up with her. I thought of snarky things I could say. I thought of all of these things that I could say to let her know that, I was nobody's pushover or whatever. Well, 3/4 of the way there, kind of hit me. Wait a second. I just spent 5 hours with her. I was expecting a 1-hour breakfast. I helped put her kids to bed. I met them for the first time. This is not rejection. This is a step forward. I immediately felt better inside. No worry about have I worn out my welcome or any of that. But when I told my therapist about this experience, she said those words. Seems real, feels real, it's very powerful, and it's probably lying to you. That is a little example of a trauma response that can affect us as mid-singles when we're dating and trying to relate to people and form connections. We get scared because we've been hurt in the past.
That's right. And since we wrote that in Intentional Courtship, which is an Amazon bestseller, and you can get a copy for yourself with a link in the show notes. Since we've written that book, we've also gone on to become life coaches. We're single life and relationship coaches, and we help people work through these cognitive distortions. We all get them. We all have trauma to some degree, whether it be big T trauma or little t trauma. And you haven't gone into why that happened to you, but it was based on past relationships, right?
100%.
We can't believe everything we think. That's the biggest, I think, key to moving beyond trauma that is lying to us, is to not believe everything that we think.
And sometimes a third party like a coach can help you to see things a little bit less skewed.
Yes, so and we're around to help you with that if you want that. I wanted to share a story about a time where we were married. So this was
for a while by this time.
After we'd courted each other and ultimately decided to get married after several rounds of getting together and breaking up and getting together and breaking up. Also probably some trauma response and all of that, because even when you had that experience, you were going to break up with me. It was a preemptive breakup to avoid being broken up with.
I just can't handle having someone,
Yeah. So, and that happens a lot, I'm assuming. I don't think we're the only ones. And a lot of people who've read Intentional Courtship have told us, oh my gosh, you get me. This is what I'm experiencing, this is what I'm going through. Anyway, we're married, and Jeff changes his password on his bank account.
In response to an email from the bank.
But I didn't know that. And I went to log into his account, and I thought for sure he had kicked me out of his financial life. I experienced immediate stress, like from head to toe in my body. I remember calling you. I don't think I got like really angry or upset so much
Just
as
crying and
I was
stuff.
just really emotional. And then you explained to me what happened. And I believe you even came upstairs and you said, hey, what are you afraid of here? And gave me a big hug. And I think you did that in response to something your therapist said about treating someone with a trauma response like they're a little child. And it
That's
worked.
afraid.
It worked wonders. It really did well. I mean, I calmed down pretty quickly. I learned the truth. I mean, it took some self-soothing and it took some processing, but that really helped me.
And you have said at times since then that you kind of knew that you were having a trauma response, but it didn't stop it from happening.
I think I even said it in the moment.
Right.
I mean, we can know it, but it doesn't mean our body's not going to respond.
So the antidote to any lie we may be telling ourselves, that our brains may be playing tricks on us, is not to believe everything we think. As single life and relationship coaches, we can, like I mentioned, help people see more clearly, provide that outside perspective. Choose the truth that is closest to what we can perceive as reality.
Well, yeah, we want to see and understand trauma for what it is. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7 states, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind."
One of my favorite verses.
Here's an inspired idea from the faith-inspired movie, The Oath. When it comes to dealing with our own emotional traumas or with the trauma of loved ones, choose love over hate. Choose understanding over judgment. Compassion for ourselves and others goes a long way towards healing what is broken inside of each of us.
What kind of trauma responses are you dealing with? What's maybe getting in your way of healthy thinking and connected relationships? We'd like you to share your thoughts in the comments, and please reach out for a free consult if you believe that some private or group coaching could benefit you. And remember, anytime, especially if you're having trauma, is a great time for loving your life.
Thanks for joining us for another week on LilyTube. If you enjoy what you see, support us by liking, commenting, and sharing your favorite videos with others who could benefit.
As single life and relationship coaches, our mission is to help single adults intentionally heal from loss to create a happy life and healthy relationships. Keep coming back and we'll keep you encouraged. Each week, we provide new and refreshing perspectives on the challenges and opportunities of mid-single life.
If you'd like to immerse yourself deeper into your own personal development and relationship journey, visit our website at loveinlateryears.com for even more resources. Don't take on divorce recovery and other relationship loss and single life alone. We are here for you.